The Project Management Process Accelerator is an AI-enabled business process tool that takes the project team from project charter to development-ready work item in minutes and not months. In this demonstration, we will look at the basic functionality of the tool, including how to log in, the user profile, usage history, workflow status, executing a workflow, and understanding the maximum available workflows by observing the execution status dialog box, and we will also demonstrate the live chat feature used to get help or answer questions. Let's begin by logging in. The user will enter their email and password at the login page. Once logged in, the user can navigate to the user profile in the upper right, in which an edit profile dialog box will be shown. Here, the user can alter their display name and can see their project restriction access, which sets which projects they have access to. The user administrator sets this restriction. You can save your profile, which saves your display name. The user can also see their assigned roles and can change their password on this screen. Next, let's look at the usage history information. The user can look at their usage history by clicking on the token screen. Here, the user can look at what their usage history has been for the current month, previous month, year to date, and also export that into a comma-separated value file. The user can also look at what has been their status of workflows that they have executed or are currently in execution. Workflow status has a filter at the top that allows them to look at the last number of execution in last number of days, or executions that ended in certain statuses. To see the details of a specific workflow execution, you can click on the Details, in which a dialog box will open up, and you can see the input or raw data steps for each execution step. Click outside of that box to remove that window and hit back to go back to the main screen. So now let's execute a workflow. Come into the Project Charter AI Acceleration workflow as an example. Here we're going to run the Project Charter AI Accelerator workflow. A short description of what this workflow will do for you. The input issue type tells you that this workflow expects a business value proposition, and it gives you the expected modification. For this workflow, the AI acceleration opportunity field, or fields if necessary, will be updated. Here we're going to select a project. We're going to choose the Revenue Cloud project, and we're going to choose a ticket and run the quality check button. The quality check button is going to check that this issue is actually available, that the issue is within the project selected, that the issue is of type BVP, and it's going to look for AI involvement, and that if there is AI involvement, has it been reviewed by a person. For demonstration purposes, let's change this to an issue that is not what we expect and run the quality check again. So here it's going to show you that this is not the type of issue we're expecting, so it's a subtask and not the BVP. So let's change that back and run the quality check. The next thing we're going to see is that test mode versus production mode. Now we're going to run in production mode almost all the time, but if you are experiencing problems and you need to reach out to the system administrator, you will run this in test mode with the system administrator on the line to debug and double check what's happening. So in normal mode, you're going to flip this to production mode, and then you're going to execute the workflow. you'll see a dialog that says the workflow is executing, and then you can scroll down here and you're going to see two dialog boxes that show up. The lower dialog box, the webhook result, is going to return almost immediately. This is just basically telling you that your request has gotten to the AI agent system and has returned successfully, and that now check the database for further updates. So we use a database backend that is storing the incremental updates of the AI agents. So the webhook is just basically telling you that the AI agent system received your request and is now processing it. If you got an error on the webhook, that's the time when you need to reach out to an administrator and ask for help, because the system is either down or there's some other issue that needs to be addressed. So seeing that that returned successful, let's look at the database progress monitoring here. So we see that it's we executed it at 1:48 p.m. The webhook returned 2 seconds later, so that was successful. We can see some incremental messages running here. So it's fetching the issues out of the database. It's generating some acceleration opportunities here at 49 minutes past the hour. And depending on the size of the amount of data and the agent that you're running, this can take as short as 2 or 3 minutes, but sometimes as long as 7 or 8 minutes, especially if you're running agents that are creating lots of user stories or analyzing lots of defects and generating documentation regarding guidance or more complex AI agent-based activities. So we'll wait a moment while this runs. And while that's happening, you can see this execution status box here in the upper right. This showing you that there's one active workflow, that's the one we're working on right now, out of a maximum of 5. Due to the limitations of the system, we're only allowing 5 maximum concurrent workflows at the same time. So we had 1 that was running, so 1 out of 5 was running. If you see this is maxed out at 5 out of 5, that's because maybe you have another one running in another window, another tab, or some of your peers in the company are running workflows at the same time. It will prevent you from executing a workflow until there's capacity available. So just simply wait 3 or 4 minutes for one of those other workflows to finish running, executing, and then when this comes down below 5, you can be the next person in line, execute your workflow, and then you can take that next spot. So we can see here that the database progress monitor shows that the workflow has completed, and you have saved 120 minutes of time by having the AI engine complete this process for you. It has updated tickets number 13768 and 13751 with the AI acceleration opportunities. So you can now go to Jira and you can look up the results in those tickets. If you want to now then go back to the main page and you can look at some status here, you can see we just ran this ticket here on 13751. It shows that it completed successfully. You could look at the details again. You could see that it was running. Here are again the detailed steps of the database execution in case you wanted to go back and analyze what it was doing with the inputs and outputs. If you wanted to then filter for those to find out what was successful and what wasn't, that's just a recap there. And then finally, when you wanted to leave, you could just sign out. Now, if you were having problems while you were running this, something went wrong, or you had a question of how it was working, well, there's an option for you. Down here, there's a live chat feature available during certain times of the day. If a system administrator is available, you'll see a live chat available, and you can come on here and say, hello, I need help. You just hit the enter there. And if live chat is available, then someone, hopefully, if there's someone online, someone will respond to you. Hello, for example, and you could say, it's my execution did not work, for example. And then someone would say, please stand by while we investigate. That would come up, and we'll do some investigation in the background and then get back to you of why it didn't work. So hopefully that helps while you're stuck here so that you can get some live help. Usually during normal business hours, someone can attend to you. We have a total time saved box here, which will show you, based on running all of your workflows, we have some approximated times of when you run each one of these workflows, how much time approximately you are saving, and that will add up over time. So you can kind of feel good about yourself about running these agents, and wow, you can go do something else more productive and accelerate your workflows and activities, and maybe go do something else with your project and reach out to your customer and do more fun things in life. So hopefully that was a good demonstration. You understand the basics of the tool, and we look forward to using the Project Management Process Accelerator.